Holy cow, is this cute or what? These are the most famous baby animals at the Cincinnati Zoo right now, and by a mile the cutest as well. We're with Dawn Strasser, who for years has run our zoo nursery. Dawn, you've raised a lot of baby animals, but this has to be a handful. 5 babies from day one, right?
Day one, they came with a C-section to us.
So they're about 2.5 weeks old now, and their eyes are open, and they're pretty darn active. So it's, gosh, this is just amazing. And yet you were saying they aren't all identical.
Now, they're starting to get their little personalities, which is kind of fun.
I mean, this one seems kind of bold, sort of came up on me, and yet this other one's kind of lame. Tell me about some of their differences.
The 2 little boys, the smallest ones, the little runts, they're more of a little lover. They like to snuggle with you.
Okay.
And then the 3rd boy, hopefully he goes into a breeding program because he's already hissing and chirping and stomping his feet.
At 2 weeks old.
At 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
He can barely stand up. And the girls, they're girls. They just kind of standoffish. One likes Blakely a lot better than everybody else.
Yeah. Now, Blakely, of course, is the farm dog that lives here in the nursery and has worked with everybody from baby wallabies to baby takins. But here's a dog who comes in with all these cats, but it works out?
Yeah, it works. He was a little surprised when I kept adding more cubs to him. He's like, whoa, his eyes got really big. But he's settling in, and they kind of crawl on him, and it stimulates them to crawl and move around. And then as they get older, he'll be teaching them, proper behaviors, what's acceptable, what's not. Because we don't want to be a toy for any baby.
Yeah.
So he kind of takes that position for us.
It's not as easy and cute as this looks right now because since you had them from day one, I mean, they were premature, right?
Correct. They were a week premature, so we had a lot of issues. Their eyes didn't open like they typically would on time. Their lungs weren't completely developed, so we had them on oxygen for the first few days. We could hear clicking, and it took a while for that to clear up.
And the clicking was in their lungs?
In the lungs.
Oh my gosh.
So that cleared up.
So in essence, they're more like 1 week old since they were two. Okay,
they're basically a 1 week old.
But they're fully equipped. I see little claws. Of course, they are developing teeth. Oh my gosh. You said they're gaining weight?
They're gaining weight. Yeah. That's what we care about, is you gain weight and you poop.
Yeah.
The 2 biggies.
That is great. And now I know at least a couple of the females will probably stay and eventually be part of our Cheetah encounter where the Cat Ambassador program runs them. Others will go probably to other breeding programs, maybe here and elsewhere. To see them at this age is just crazy, crazy cute. Now,
you got a girl there.
A little bit. Okay, here's one of our girls. She'll grow up to be fast. The girls are faster than the boys. You probably know that about cheetahs. They're lighter weight. They're better hunters. And that's because they have to feed their young. Now, a little bit about this. As I said, it's not as easy as you're making it look. How often do you feed them?
We're feeding them every 3 hours around the clock. So we're sleeping in the back or out here with them to make sure if there's issues going on that we can get to it then.
Now, you said an interesting thing. You said go ahead and rub their belly. How does that help?
That just kind of like gets everything going. It's like mom licking them.
Okay.
Helps them with the digestion and getting food processing, moving through, just kind of like them crawling around. Besides developing their muscles, which they need to do, it helps your gut, get going.
Well, I know you've worked hard on it, you and your team here at the nursery, and yet absolutely everybody is excited about baby cheetahs. The Cincinnati Zoo has been known as one of the cheetah capitals of the world for a long time, from our cheetah encounter, our Cat Ambassador program, the fact that we run them here at the zoo every day, that we breed them out at our breeding farm, and of course that we support conservation in Africa to protect cheetahs. So I'll tell you what though, nothing steals people's hearts like a baby cheetah.
That's true.
Thanks for the work you do. This is great.